Marv to do turn on the camera. Is it on?
It's on.
It's on?
It's on.
Yes! Okay, then we can start the program. Hi, my name is Miss Callie. How are you doing? One more minute? Oh, there's more kids. Okay.
You've got to be on Jewish stage.
We have something similar in my community called drag standard time. That's usually 15 minutes, and I don't stand for that. Okay, we'll wait a little bit. Okay, they're here. Well, you know what? They're going to come into a wonderful theme song. Usually we sing the Reading Time with the Queen's theme song because it's Reading Time with the Queen's. This time, we're doing a Science Time program, so this is the Science Time with the Queen's theme song. Here you go. You've got to ask those questions, got to use your head, make some observations, compare it to what you read. For everything that's not in a book, an experiment will help us take a look. And when we collect data and make a conclusion, we can thank Science Time for helping us have fun. That's it. Science Time with the Queen. Woo! Thank you. And without further ado, give it up for Mr. Dixon.
How's everybody doing? Good. Are we excited to have science time today? Yes, I know I am. So, we have something new. I know sometimes when you're in a big space, it gets loud, it gets crazy, your sensories just go overload. We now have these fun little sensory kits. So if you feel yourself getting overwhelmed and you need to put your energy somewhere else, feel free, come grab one of these. All I ask is don't eat them, don't put them in your mouth. Be sure to just, when you're done with them, put them back in the bag and put them back in this little doohickey, so that way we can use them for next time. So I will leave those right up here if anybody needs them. We are learning about space today, right?
Space?
Space! I think that's why I'm wearing the space suit. Who likes space? Yes, I love it. And so usually we are gonna start with signs. So I'm gonna invite Mr. Aaron and Mr. Zay. No?
Yes.
I'm so unprepared.
You're so unprepared.
Oh my gosh. I
We
didn't
practiced.
know. I didn't
No?
know.
No?
Give it up for Mr. and Mr.
Yay.
Day.
Hello. So, I will interpret, and Mr. Zay will show us the signs.
Perfect. Okay, let's see. So since we are learning about space, what is I forgot all of our signs already.
I think the first one is, and you might be surprised, space.
Space. Oh my goodness. So can we learn the sign for space?
Space. So this is going to be the Earth, and this is a rocket. So literally space. Space. I learned that a few days ago myself, and I really like the sign.
Well,
Me too.
Yeah, make sure you remember it. So, what is it? Space.
Space.
So this is a great time to practice your signs, adult or child alike. It does not matter your age. It's a great way to learn ASL. Because throughout the program we'll be doing books and songs, and you'll be able to hear the word and use the sign. So, space. Anyway, sorry.
Space. And then what else is in space? Planets. Asteroids. I like that one. Rockets. Yes, there's lots of things in space. I think we'll go with planets to start. Can you show us the sign for planets?
Planet. All right. So same thing with that fist. Also the sign for Earth. Planet Earth. There you go. Okay.
And what is around the Earth?
Stars.
Stars, that's a good one. But also, yeah.
Astronauts.
Astronauts, yeah, just like me, huh? Yeah. Let's see, we're going to learn the sign for moon. Moon.
Moon, okay. So when you see the moon, you look up. So you just basically just moon. We're gonna use that a lot today. So everyone practice that one a lot. Okay, so we've got 3 signs. Do we have a 4th one? Fun activity we have later on today? Oh, yes. What's the activity?
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. What's the name of the theme? Space rocks?
Space
So,
rocks.
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 So, rock. Again, same fist. Rock.
Rock.
There you go. Cool.
Awesome.
So do you want to review them one more time to make sure? Okay, so we're always going to do a review. So the first sign is space. Space. All right. And then planet. Yep. And then moon. And rock. All right.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Enjoy the books.
Yes.
I think I'm going to stay up here. You can go. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Day. Thank you.
Yay!
And so you might notice that this program is a little bit different than what we usually do. Normally we have you guys start off with a craft, but today it's going to be a little bit different because it is science time. We have a fun little science experiment to do later after our book. So we're really looking forward to that, and I think we'll just jump straight into the book.
Let's do it.
Let's do
I'm gonna
it.
walk across this way.
And I'm gonna-
So today's book is Moon's First Friends. Moon.
We're going to use this one a lot.
Yeah. One Giant Leap for Friendship by Susan Leonard Hill and Alyssa Paganelli. Words are hard sometimes. The moon was queen of the night sky. She was so bright that everything she touched glowed with a silver light. But after many, many years had passed, she was lonely. If only someone would visit me, she said. Hello down there, she called to the lumbering dinosaurs. If you come up here, you won't feel so heavy. You'll feel lighter than air. But the dinosaurs stayed where they were. Under the moon's watchful eye, the surface of the earth changed. The moon saw glorious new creatures come and go, like saber-toothed tigers, mastodons, woolly mammoths, and dodo birds, whales, rhinoceros, and elephants. But they all stayed earthbound and rarely looked up to her in the night sky. But then she saw something new. At night, people conjured fires like tiny stars. There are millions of stars for you up here, she offered, but the people stayed where they were. The moon watched as she circled and circled the earth. On the wide sweep of the hot Sahara, the Egyptians built stone pyramids that towered towards the sky. They're trying to reach me, the moon marveled. But though the pyramids were mighty, they came nowhere near high enough to reach the moon. Perhaps they didn't see her. She spun and twirled from new moon to majestic silver pearl and back again, showing off for the people below. But no one came. Oh, poor little moon. She watched as down on earth people came up with all kinds of ways to get from one place to another. But they did not sail or drive or cycle or float to the moon. Then on a windy day in North Carolina, the first airplane flew above the beach. You're doing great, encouraged the moon. You just need to fly a little higher. But the people on Earth only traveled to visit one another. Was it possible that they didn't know she was there? Poor moon. At high noon, the moon slipped purposely between the Earth and the sun, blocking all the daylight. Then she slid aside again, allowing the sun to shine through. No one could have missed that, she thought. But still, no one ventured away from Earth. Would she ever have a visitor? Just when the moon was losing hope, the people on Earth began to experiment with rockets, and the moon watched with great interest, but the humans still had a lot to learn. One day, the moon's hope soared. A chimpanzee in a Mercury capsule rocketed towards Earth. A visitor, at last! But alas, he returned to Earth without reaching her. But at least she got to wave to the monkey. And then, one hot July day, a tremendous rocket stood upon the launch pad with 2 small spaceships perched on top. The countdown began. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off. Blast off. Yeah, I like blast off better. At 30 stories high and weighing 6 million pounds, the rocket rose into the air amid an explosion of flames, slowly at first, then faster and faster. The rocket fell away in stages, but the 2 spaceships hurtled towards the moon. "They're coming," the moon said. "They're actually coming." One of the spaceships remained at a distance, circling, but the other came closer and closer until at last its spindle legs touched down. "Welcome," she greeted the men who emerged from the ship. "Look, she finally has visitors." Yeah. Their astronauts walked across her surface with great bounding steps that made her dust bloom. They seemed delighted with how far they could travel with each stride. The moon gave them gifts of moon rocks and dust. "Take these back to Earth," she said. "Then, even though I can't visit you, a part of me will be there." The men left her a present in return, a handsome plaque that read, "Here, men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969 AD. We came in peace for all mankind." They also left her a beautiful flag with red and white stripes and a scattering of white stars on the blue background. Too soon, the astronauts had to leave. "Goodbye," the moon said as their ship floated away into the starry distance. "Come back anytime." She sighed with happiness. At last, someone had visited. And now she had hope that it would happen again and again. Maybe one day you will visit her. The end.
I want to be the first person to step on Mars.
You want to be the first person to step on Mars? Oh, that would be so cool. I absolutely love that book. The moon finally got her friend, and she got to give the space people some of her own rocks to take home, which I thought was super cool.
I couldn't go because of my son went into the Idaho Boulevard.
Oh, I'm glad I recognized you.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy you're here.
Yes, we're happy you're here.
Wasn't that a nice book?
Yeah.
I really like how at the end it says maybe you could be an astronaut and go to the moon.
Yeah.
Have you?
I want to step on Mars.
You want to step on Mars? I heard this. Has anyone thought about being an astronaut before?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun proposition
Have you
now.
already done the craft?
We're not doing a craft, but we're doing a special science experiment after the song. So.
Oh.
Oh. It's pretty fun. Mr. Dixon,
Yes, Miss
would you
Callie.
like to do a song?
I would love to do a song.
Well, how about doing a song about the moon?
I do like the moon.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you all want to make sure you're signing moon?
Yeah, what is the sign for moon? Let's review real quick. Moon. Yeah, I'm going up in space. Space, perfect. So this is a song about? No, go back. Okay.
Hey moon, out there in space, I need to ask you important questions. How are you? And also, what are these? Are you made of Swiss cheese? It was just a question. So phase it out and phase it in. Hey moon, begin. You're waiting for someone to come see you. Well, don't you know it's only me? Hey moon, I'll be that someone. It's why I brought my spacesuit. Hey moon, up in the sky, you take the night time and make it better. Remember to say goodnight to the stars, then you can start to make it better. Hey moon, hey moon, hey moon.
There we go.
Yay! Thank
you, Miss Calvi, for being such a beautiful moon.
Thank you.
And so since this is a very special science time, we actually have a very special guest with us to go over some cool new things that I just learned today too.
I was a chemist.
So we're gonna invite Dr. Shannon up here to come
Yeah!
talk with us.
Oh, hello, Sebastian.
Thank you guys so much for coming. So, you guys want to be astronauts?
Yeah! I want to be the first person to step on Mars.
Awesome. Or even if you're like, I don't want to be the person in the rocket ship, maybe you want to be one of the people who's helping people get there.
Oh.
Did you guys know that we're sending astronauts back to the moon in just a couple years? Like we're gonna have, this will be the first time in decades that we've had people go to the moon, and we're gonna have the first ever woman on the moon.
And how much needles?
Like 3.
Oh, so I'll be 10.
Yeah, so you guys aren't gonna be old enough to go up on this mission, but the Artemis program is gonna keep traveling. We're gonna be building a space station that's gonna go around the moon and be able to give us a place where we can keep doing work up there and keep discovering stuff and move on from there to Mars. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why they're going to the moon again, they're seeing if they can make a rocket strong enough to go to Mars.
Yeah, one of the things we're actually looking for on the moon is a special kind of ice that we can use as rocket fuel to get to Mars. Yeah, so we actually have a robot that's gonna go up next year. It's called a Viper, like a snake. And it's got a long drill on it. It's gonna be able to drill. It can drive into places where sunlight has never ever seen on the moon. It's got shadows that's never even seen light. It captures the ice there. It's gonna be able to drill in, and we're gonna be able to test what that ice is and see if we can use it as spaceship fuel.
Show and thought.
It is.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
I did not know that.
Now, did you guys know that the volcanoes we have in Idaho are almost identical to the ones on the moon?
No! So they're kind of like twins.
Yeah, kind of like we literally, like, scientists around the world use the volcanoes here in Idaho to help them understand what to expect on the moon, what we should look for, how we should study it. Back when they sent the astronauts to the moon before, they actually drove some of them out to craters of the moon here in Idaho and had them hike around to get them prepared.
Wow.
So we are going to be using some of that here. Does anybody know what those black rocks out on the plain are made out of?
Lava?
It's lava.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Lava.
And it's a special kind of lava called basalt. And did you guys catch in the song? We're talking about how the moon's got lots of iron and magnesium.
Yeah.
That's the basalt.
Salt?
Basalt has lots of iron and magnesium in it. Yeah.
Did you know that space rocks are actually, they're kind of like volcano rocks?
They are volcano rocks.
Yes,
and
they are.
basically the moon is formed by volcanoes and things hitting those volcanoes and then creating craters.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This is science. Asteroids are kind of like volcano rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got a lot of similarities. What's that? You forget? You want to come back to it later? Okay, we'll come back to it later.
Jupiter. Did you know that Jupiter is the biggest planet?
Jupiter is the biggest planet. It is enormous, enormous. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you here in the pink.
What's your question?
I normally think Jupiter is a small planet to me because of how small I am.
Right? Our sense of scale gets really, really strange. Now, when we're really small, it's hard to figure out how big these things are or how far away. And it's really, really hard to work in places like the moon. Like, how easy do you think it is for an astronaut to pick up a rock? Like,
Very, very hard because it's probably very heavy because of the consistency.
Yeah.
so I like your thought process, but the other side to that is the moon is much smaller than Earth, so the gravity is low. And so have you guys ever seen pictures of astronauts? They sort of like bounty hop around.
Yeah, I saw videos about that.
So it'll be lighter weight, they can pick them up for that. But imagine this suit that they're wearing. Can they just breathe on the moon?
No.
No, there's no air there at all. So they have to have all their air in the spacesuit.
Yep.
So that spacesuit is kind of acting like a giant airbag around them. And we need to really make sure, give me just a minute, that we don't let it leak, right? You don't want to be out there and have your spacesuit leaking. So that means these are lots of complicated parts, very engineered. How much do you think a spacesuit weighs?
100 pounds.
100 pounds?
Oh,
Do you want
that's 30.
30 pounds? All right. How about you?
12.
12 pounds? Right there?
1,000.
1,000?
I was getting
Okay.
past that.
How about? Yep.
1 million.
1 million? All right. We gotta get started high. We're low and high. What you got?
23.
23, all right.
And millions.
A million. All right. Oh, the answer is that it's between 200 and 300 pounds.
Yeah, 240.
So imagine for a second you're trying to wear this big suit. Now you're in reduced gravity, so that helps. We don't make the astronauts wear those when they hike around on Earth.
Right.
Like you would just like lay there. Like to actually even put the suit on Earth, if they're going to practice things, it has to be in special harnesses, and they have to like crawl inside of it, kind of like you're like crawling into tubes. But
Like,
what do you think for something that's that heavy and it's got to protect all of your oxygen? Do you think it's going to move real easy?
no.
No.
Not at all.
What's up?
I know what people used to breathe in space. An air tank.
Yes, with the air tanks attached. It's not like a hose, it's all on them. But that's one more heavy, heavy thing. It makes it hard to move around. So if I'm here and I'm practicing for going to the moon, I'm using our volcanoes here, I can just bend over and pick up a rock. Do you think I can bend like this in a spacesuit?
No.
So if I can't bend more than about like this, how am I gonna get a rock off the ground?
Any guesses?
Oh.
So you can use like a grabby sort of thing? Do you have another idea?
I think you can use a stretchy thing that can pick up.
Okay.
No.
How about you? All right, so some big grabbers, tweezers, these sorts of things.
Maybe you can use a vacuum.
Ooh.
That's a good idea.
Hard to get them there. But yeah, we can put some attachments on our rovers that we've got. Okay, yeah.
I think that maybe you can use that rock vacuum.
There we go. Huh?
I think you could use like gravel fingers,
Yeah,
a claw.
a claw. All right, so we've got great ideas, but so we're gonna have to we'll come back, we'll get more opportunities later. What we also have to do to be able to do this is we gotta do like this weird thing, because you can't do the splits in a spacesuit. But we actually teach the astronauts to sort of get a real wide stance so that way they can get a little bit closer. So they can get it. Now, imagine for a second, now I've got one of our basalt rocks right here. This is same composition of the rocks that come from the moon. If I'm trying to get this, all right, so I've done my weird thing. I'm basically doing yoga, right? Big stretches. I've got to be careful I don't tip over. I'm going to get stuck on my back like a turtle. I finally get this rock up. Do you think my suit has big pockets I can just put the rocks in?
No.
Why not?
No.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
The suit needs pockets.
Yes. All suits. Do you guys ever put rocks in your pockets? So, I mean, some of you are saying no, but there's some voices in the back that suggest there might be a lot of that happens. So when we have astronauts do this, we need to make sure we're really clear about where they picked this rock up, because that's going to help us understand, because they're all different. Now we have today rocks hidden around the building. They are all made of basalt, but when we find them, you're going to find that they look different from each other. And that can tell us different things about how they were actually formed, which can tell us about the history of the area. Hold on for me.
The bag?
Yeah. So when we pick one of these up, we need to put it in a bag. We would label it so that way we know exactly where it came from, so we can understand. So we can't just like put them all in one bucket. We need to know exactly where each rock came from. And we've got some bags here.
They were in the glove with the
Oh, they're in
gloves.
the with the
Gloves?
yeah.
I guess they are. There we go.
Oh, yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Miss Callie. So these bags are just basic grocery store ones, but they're almost the exact same size and shape as the ones the astronauts are going to use in a couple of years on the moon. Now, how easy do you think it's going to be for me to put this rock in this bag with those astronaut gloves on?
Very hard. No, not easy.
Not easy, and that's even if we're not using the tongs that you were talking about, like the sort of big tweezer tong grabber things. So do you think that astronauts can do this very well by themselves?
No.
They use robots, and they also team up. So when we go to Artemis 3, it's going to be the one that goes up in a couple of years, that puts people on the moon again. They will not actually have robots with them. Their cart they're going to use to carry their gear around, it looks kind of like somebody like repurposed a tricycle. And they carry it on like a baby buggy. But it doesn't have any technology on it to be able to do this for them. So they need to find a partner. They go up as a team, 2 people together.
2 meals.
And they have to work together to be able to do this. So we're going to actually practice being astronauts in here. And we're going to also be trying to simulate what it's like to work with these astronaut gloves on. Now, the real gloves the astronauts use, these are custom fit to the astronauts. And even then, it is really, really hard to get them to work right. You're basically inside a balloon, it's pressuring out, it's stiff to be able to help keep all of that air in. It's a challenge. Now, they don't make astronaut gloves in kid sizes. Yes. Give it a few more years. So instead, we are going to simulate that we brought in winter gloves that are way too big for you.
Everything's too big for me.
Yes, if these gloves were the right size for you, you'd be able to move your hands too well, and it wouldn't be like the difficulties the astronauts have. So what we're going to do is you're going to, with a partner, have your big gloves on, and you're going to have to find one of our moon rocks. You're going to have to figure out how, with your gloves on, to be able to open the bag, get it to actually open. Yep, you're going to unzip it, open it up, get the rock in, and seal it, all with your gloves on, working as a team. And when you're the person who's trying to pick it up, I want you to try and practice. If you can't actually drop all the way down, what can you do to sort of shimmy to be able to try and be able to get yourself close to get it? Yeah, you might have to do some like weird dance moves to do that. Oh yeah.
Or maybe just sit down and get it.
Alright, so once we have found all of our moon rocks, we are going to bring them back to Earth because we need to study them to know what actually happened. And I told you, they're in this room, they're in that room right there. You see the big curtains, and we actually have some that are actually in the sanctuary. And we're not going to go up on the platform at the front. We'll have somebody in there to like help you know like where's too far. But we're going to have 6 different moon rocks that we're going to be as astronauts to go and find and bring them back here to Earth, so that way we can study them and figure out why they're similar or different from each other and help us understand this corner of the moon.
Can Mr. Dixon and I demonstrate?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
So, Mr. Dixon, so funny.
I am struggling. See, I can't even put on gloves.
I could probably help you.
So which one of you is the astronaut picking up the rock, and who will be manipulating the bag?
I will pick up the rock.
I'll use the bag. Okay, so I have the bag. So we're looking for the rock. This is what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Looking for the rock.
It's super dark in space.
Oh man.
Trying to find it.
You just have a little flashlight on your suit to help.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Look, I found it.
it's a rock on the moon.
I gotta do yoga.
Okay, and I have to open the bag, and then I have to do.
What? I can help you.
Look at going.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna hold it open while you carefully put it in.
Carefully. Oh no.
Oh no!
There.
Yay! And I have to seal the bag back up.
I just grab it and drop it.
No, you're out.
And then we're gonna take it back to Earth. Where's Earth?
Or right here.
Right
In the
here.
corner.
Ta-da!
Yay!
And that's what you're gonna do.
Now, based on our numbers, even having teams of 2, we're gonna have to like put some of our rocks back out to make sure that we have enough for them. So we'll do this sort of in rolling stages.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll get there.
so don't treat this as an Easter egg and you're the first person to get gloves and you go and you hoover up all of the rocks, okay?
Just pick one.
Just pick
Just
one
one
with your
for
partner. And then we'll bring it back here and they'll have a chance to see all of them and look at how they're different from each other.
All right. So, partner up. Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Does everybody have a partner?
All right, astronauts, that was really impressive.
Good job.
All right, so most of you only got to see your own moon rock, right? So I wanted to invite our astronauts to come up and look at the different ones, and we're going to figure out what's the same and what's different. Because these are all made of the same stuff. Nope. All right, so my astronauts, come ahead, come on up.
So let's take a look at these rocks that we all collected.
Yeah. So astronauts, tell me, if you were going to coach one of NASA's astronauts on how to pick up a rock, what advice would you give them? Because right now, this is what we're literally doing. We right now have a project that we're going to be practicing in Idaho, on the Idaho volcano for the next 3 years to be able to help give advice to astronauts on how to do good science. So you guys just did this. What advice would you guys give the astronauts about how to pick up a rock?
Yeah, go. Squat down.
All right,
Squat
squat
down.
down as low as you can. All right, what else? Oh, you're busy.
Were you more successful when you were by yourself or when you were having help?
Having help.
Having help, okay.
Yeah, so your partner matters. You gotta stick with your partner and help each other.
This is a good puppet.
What if we made a request to the engineers to build us better tools to pick things up?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if we had these robots that could actually help us to be able to scoop these up. What if we had something with like a bucket, like a scoop on a stick? Would that make life easier?
Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
Maybe she will.
I think so.
Only a tiny fish.
So we are getting ready to go back to the moon. Next up is actually going to be a mission called Viper, like the snake. And it's going to be drilling into these permanently shadowed spots and looking for ices that are mixed in with the rock, that are stuck in the sand, in the gravels that are there, and looking to see whether we have water, whether we have carbon dioxide, nitrogen, all of these different things, and we get trapped in these cold pockets on the moon. And it's going to be super hard to work there because the south pole of the moon the sunlight comes in really low angle. So that means that the most you'll ever see when you're an astronaut there is like the sun directly in your face. And then the other side is gonna be pitch black. And we're gonna have to figure out how to do this like that. It's gonna be really, really hard. We're going to be bringing back more moon rocks just like we had in the book.
I think that is awesome.
Yeah.
Can we give a big round of applause for Dr. Shannon and all of the
Well, you cannot keep the sensory packets or our moon rocks. We did bring a box of rocks that you can pick one out of.